Hi, everyone. My name is Boye and Akolade, and I'm co-founder and president of the Future Party.
And I'm Chris Sawtelle, CEO and co-founder of Crosscheck Studios.
And welcome to The Future Forecast, a podcast where we explore the intersection between business, technology, and entertainment. We've done the research, so you don't have to. We're here to give our opinions on news topics and have a thoughtful discussion on the shifting landscape of our culture.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah.
But before we get into it, what's going on with your hair, bro?
Dude, we're in our soccer era. I gotta tell you, the World Cup is thriving. Max is hating me. Max is giving me so much shit for it.
I love it.
I'm wearing headbands now. Listen, it's yeah. You know what? I've actually never done long hair.
Okay.
Like when I was a kid, when I was 3. I had like a long hair moment, but it wasn't my choice. Or 2. My mom had me like I had a bit of a curly Drew fro.
Yeah.
And I don't know. My shout out Marcos. He's my hairstylist. He's like, yeah, we're growing it out. We're not giving you a choice. And so here we are.
I feel like long hair is like a midlife. Well, I don't know if we're midlife.
Oh, you can say it. Wow. Wow. Okay. You're gonna hit me with that right now?
But like, look,
guns loaded. Guns loaded. So lock the bullets. Let's start loading the bullets.
I feel like it's like a midlife crisis thing, but not in a bad way. I feel like it's just us experimenting. Like I started to grow out my hair a couple years ago, and traditionally it had always been short, and then like as I grew older I started experimenting with it, and now I have locks that are like almost to my shoulders, you know. So I guess my question is, how long are you gonna let yours grow?
Oh, not long. I think this is as long as it really gets. Like I'm not growing it out like Jon Snow or anything.
I'd love to see it. No.
I actually don't even know if I could do that. Like that'd be weird. I don't want to be I just want like Spanish soccer player long-ish hair, right? Like I'm down to do that for a second. That'll be fun.
Speaking of soccer, you watching the World Cup?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
And I gotta say, I'm a little surprised. I mean,
At
U.S.
what?
I'm not. At how the games have gone. I thought Brazil. Spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't watched the games. I thought Brazil was going to win it, and there's so much soccer still to be played.
Yep.
But
yeah,
I just think that right now everyone, everyone also says this is where everyone is starting to get there. It's easier to play on defense, and we'll see more draws than we'll see wins in the starting phases.
Yep.
But listen, I'm proud of the U.S. I think we have a great team, and I think that the U.S. if anything has only gotten better and better and better over the years at soccer, and so I think we have a chance. We have a chance to qualify to semis. I think truly. Have you been watching? Because then I'll just spoil some of these.
Yeah. I've either been watching or I've caught highlights, and I've enjoyed it.
I got to give the Netherlands credit. Did not think that they were going to... I thought that Japan was going to take it. So
really?
I'm pretty surprised.
The Netherlands, though, have traditionally been a pretty good team. Like, they made it to the finals once.
But they don't have... I would argue that they were a better team...
Back in the day?
2 World Cups ago than they are. I mean, then Japan has consistently been on their A game. To your point, Netherlands have made it very far.
Yeah.
Throughout.
I actually love watching. The Netherlands to this date have one of my favorite memorable plays I've ever seen. I think it might have actually been the World Cup, and I'll try my best to describe it, but it was a penalty.
Do it in your best announcer voice.
Okay. So we had Netherlands. No, I'm just kidding. Basically it was a penalty kick. And, normally on a penalty kick, did you play soccer as a kid?
Yeah.
Okay. So it was an outside the box penalty kick, if I recall correctly. And so normally a penalty kick, you have your kicker somewhere close.
Free kick, for clarity.
Free kick. Yep. And you had people lining up, right? To like the defenders lining up. Usually they stand in a line, and usually what happens is the free kick guy will kick it towards the goal for like a header, or sometimes even try to go into the net, and they'd all jump, right?
Yeah.
And this play was genius. He kicked it on the ground.
Oh, under the feet?
Yeah, to someone else, and then just kick, and then that guy kicked it. I was like, this is beautiful. This is so cool.
That's cool. Cool. Also, in opening, speaking of soccer, doesn't need to be one of our bullets. It's not one of our bullets, but so in the trades, for our listeners, if you're not familiar, Nike signed Marlon, famous Twitch streamer or live streamer, $5 million deal.
Whoa, I didn't see this actually.
Yeah. That's something that we should touch on. We're just talking about soccer. I was thinking, we'll see more and more promo going on, but Nike, I don't know the full intricacies of the deal. Did not do that research, but yeah, $5 million deal. It wouldn't surprise me that Marlon is represented by Night Studios.
Yep.
And Kai is also there. They opted out of him being at. Kai dropped out of his Nike deal.
Kai Cenat.
So, yes, Kai Cenat, for those not familiar. And I would assume that as a means to not a make good, but try to keep the deal in its form.
Give him another creator.
Yeah. They were like, no, but like we'll give you Marlon. Also, Marlon deserves it. By all means, he's a great soccer player. So
how wild is it where like lifestyle live streamers are getting shoe deals? It's just Ray. For those not familiar, is at Adidas. Marlon got Nike. It's sports creators that have an affinity for sports, that have strong fandom. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. We'll get more and more and more. We'll get larger and larger apparel deals.
Yeah. Two more quick things, and then we'll dive in on the pop culture reference. One, we got to give it to the Knicks, right? That was...
I mean, do we?
I mean, I think so. So here, going in...
Don't give in to me! Fucking fight back!
No. Going in, I was actually cheering for the Spurs.
Yeah. But you and I are similar in the fact that we like an underdog story. We like to cheer for... You know what I mean? And everyone would argue listening to us is like, the Knicks are the underdogs. They haven't won in forever. But it was like, no, like it was 3-1. Come on, guys. Like clearly the Spurs are down. We want to watch that. It's exciting television. Yeah.
Well, so for me going into the whole series, I was like Wembanyama. And here's my, because I'm not like the biggest sports guy necessarily. I love the tournaments. So I love the World Cup. I love the Super Bowl. I love the NBA playoffs. That's when I tune in.
The big events, the big key events.
And usually the horse in this race, I'll either lean towards like, okay, do I have an affinity? Like, did I grow up there or live there? And if I don't really, I choose whoever has the best story. And for me, I was going in, I was like, Wembanyama, bro, like that, like he deserves it. He needs it. But honestly, I got won over by the Knicks as they played. I went in as a Spurs fan. I left the Knicks.
You saw enough celebrity guests. Ben Stiller got to you. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe like Timothy did. Promos? I don't know.
God, that to me, fuck that.
So you were Spurs through and through.
Not through and through. I think it's a great Cinderella story. I think it's very cool to see the New York getting that win.
Yeah.
I think it's very cool to know that those people that have the people that have sat in those seats for so long and finally that's cool. It's a cool story.
Yeah.
That said, I will say that to your point about Wembanyama, I think though the narrative for me, what I enjoyed so much of around that narrative was it felt like it was him versus the rest of the Knicks.
Yeah.
Now, of course, it's not the case. The Spurs are a fantastic team.
Yeah, his team's good.
But when he is being discussed as being the face of the NBA game, that's where you go, whoa, okay, let's see this guy start out. Can he do it?
Yeah.
Is it just him? Also, he's so tall,
I
right?
know.
He's 6'10". I don't know his exact height. We should.
He's definitely. I think he's 7. Yeah, let's look it up.
Yeah. I didn't want to say 7 and be wrong. I'd rather say 6'10". But yeah, he's 7 feet.
He was making Carl Towns look like a baby. Like, let's just say that he's 7'4".
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That'll be that'll be very exciting to watch progress.
And let's just say I weigh more than him. That's how lanky he is. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or maybe how strong I am. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Anyways, I actually think he'll win one. I actually could see him as the face, to be honest, over time. But, Jalen too, right? Like, but anyways, did you invest in SpaceX?
Oh, well, yeah. I'll disclose. I did.
Nice.
And I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good right now.
I love it. I want
to ride that high. I want to just ride that high all the way to the sky. This is not financial advice.
All the way to Mars.
I mean, why stop there? Let's keep going, baby. Let's run it up. Run it up to the moon and back.
Yeah. I have a
That's my Dogecoin, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you that. Investing in SpaceX.
I love it.
Is my Dogecoin.
I have a horror story. I don't want to get into it, but I missed the boat on it, and I'll be thinking about it for a little bit. I will say though that I think investing in the public market still has a lot of potential. I think SpaceX could actually become the most valuable company in the world. And if you look at, I think it's like $5 trillion. And, SpaceX will probably handedly beat that. And
do you want to, knowing that in a way it's a hot take, do you want to express why? I mean, also it's to say it's the most
yeah. So basically a couple reasons. One, I think is actually just, you can't even put, it is really just the force of Elon. I do feel people follow people, not companies. And of all of those companies, I mean, Jensen Huang, he's a founder in the seat, but like Elon has been a complete force in our American and worldwide industry for so long. He almost feels invincible. So I think in a way people are betting on him. Like, look at all that he's already accomplished. The world's trillionaire, and I think he deserves it, right? He is beating America.
Did you call him the world's trillionaire?
The world's first trillionaire. Thank you.
Oh yeah. That is so funny. He's the world's trillionaire.
The world's trillionaire.
By the way, when I become a trillionaire, I want people to address me as the world's trillionaire, right? It's I am only a trillionaire for the people.
For the people.
Built by the people for the people. Yeah. You heard it here. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Feel free to address me as the world's
trillionaire. So anyways, I'll go quick, but basically there's an impervious force. He has that Steve Jobs reality distortion field between SpaceX, Tesla. Eventually they might all just become one. He's really changing the innovation of our planet, and a lot of people don't understand SpaceX is making money. They have real lines of business. Starlink is going to be sort of ubiquitous very soon as how people get onto the internet. They're looking at building data centers in space. There's a whole SpaceX mafia, like former engineers who are also building space products, right? They're all going to interface with SpaceX. So it's
for those that are not familiar, do you mind explaining what the SpaceX or what the space mafia is?
So think
not going fully in detail, but just like a top line.
Yeah. So a term a long time ago, we got this term, the PayPal mafia. Right. And it was former PayPal executives who went on to make huge businesses in Silicon Valley that have touched the world. And you have everyone from Elon Musk to, I think Peter Thiel was even in there, Reid Hoffman, the YouTube founders. It's a serious thing. And people now use that term mafia for SpaceX, right? There are that level of entrepreneurs that joined SpaceX, that joined Elon. And so the idea is from this IPO, we're going to see another revolution in entrepreneurship over the next decade plus, and we're going to get new companies birthed from individuals who sort of went through the school of Elon.
All I'm taking away from this is I sounds like I need to create the creator mafia. Creator economy mafia is what it sounds like. So if you're listening to this, if you're out there, DM me. Let me know if you want to be part of the creator mafia. We'll start it now. It's not too late. We can take it over.
Not too late. Anyways, so let's dive into our first topic. So we've got a bunch to talk about today. We're going to talk about McDonald's and Coca-Cola. We're going to talk about everything that has to do with Fox buying Roku, and we're going to dive into CAA and TPG forming their $250 million creator fund. And we're going to start with McDonald's. So here is the high level. So basically, they've had a 70-year partnership. So growing up, if you ever went to McDonald's, you could only have Coke products, right? 70 years in the making. Recently, however, McDonald's is adding Red Bull and launching its own custom drinks in a shift away from this integrated partnership. And look, there will still be Coke products in, but it's no longer an exclusive sort of relationship.
To clarify, did you say they're custom made drinks?
Yes, they're making custom drinks. So, a little bit of a background actually, because we got notes from one of our producers. His name is Hina. He's awesome, and I love this story. So I'm going to read this story.
Shout out Hina.
It's story time with Boye. The partnership between McDonald's and Coca-Cola began in 1955 when a Coke executive named Waddy Pratt struck a handshake deal with Ray Kroc in Des Plaines, Ray Kroc in Des Plaines, Illinois. For 70 years, Coke has been McDonald's exclusive fountain partner, with the McDonald's division at Coke reporting directly to the CEO. This year, McDonald's launched custom sodas and refreshers and is preparing to launch energy drinks anchored by Red Bull. The first time an energy drink partner other than Coke's Monster has entered McDonald's at this scale. Side note, I actually can't do all that caffeine. That sounds scary to me, to have just like straight up Red Bull with my burgers.
How much caffeine do you consume in a day?
0.
Really?
I can't handle caffeine. Absolutely 0.
Next episode, next pod. I'd love to do a CPG episode. Not the non sequitur here. I know we're kind of talking about, but let's do an episode. Let's do an episode on biohacking. Biohacking / CPG or consumption.
Let's do it.
We should do a series as I'm literally drinking my caffeine.
Let's do it.
I was curious. Wow, you really.
Yeah, I live and I stay up late. I wake up early. Like, I don't actually think people don't need coffee. I think
you used to consume.
Yeah, when I was,
correct?
But I did it for the taste. I did it because I loved frappuccinos and like lattes. I didn't really do it because I was tired. Some like I did when I got into the cycle.
I did it for the taste. This is you're the type of person that's also like, oh, I don't drink to get drunk. I do it for the taste. I'm very.
I don't know about that.
What's the word? Pretentious when it comes to my thought process of consumption. No, I'm kidding. That's cool. That makes sense.
Anyways, so
tea, nothing, no caffeine at all.
No, there was a time when I slowly went from like to matcha and green tea, but even that, it's just like I just get super jittery, and I don't enjoy it. So. Okay. I actually appreciate the questions, and I think it's important because this deal, the reason McDonald's is pulling away is because they're realizing that people's behaviors are changing, right? So for me, I don't like caffeine. There's a lot of people who don't like caffeine, but for McDonald's, they're seeing that people don't like traditional sodas, right? And I actually think the bigger thing here, I think it's a shots fired for Coke. And I think it's McDonald's saying, you guys, even though you're one of the biggest beverage companies in the world, the consumer doesn't like your core soda product as much as they did. They've moved on to Poppy and juices and, coffees, right? And so I think that to me is the underlying thing here and the opportunity that McDonald's is seeing.
Well, can I piggyback on that for a second to say, I think what's historically important for us to think about when it comes to food consumption or just supplements in general, way back, we had the Super Size Me. We had Super Size Me come out for those for those that are younger that weren't around for that. Super Size Me was a documentary where the director was also the subject and made the decision that any time he was given the question or the opportunity or asked to if he wanted to supersize, he was going to go to McDonald's and only eat McDonald's.
For like a month or something like that.
Full month. And and there were a couple rules, but he only ate McDonald's and wanted to see what the effects of solely consuming McDonald's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then whenever prompted to supersize, he would say yes to said supersizing his meal. The effects were insane. The amount of damage it did to the McDonald's brand. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched, it brought significant attention to the nutritional facts behind McDonald's and the effects on the human body. Given the fact that McDonald's also used to parlay the notion that it was a well-rounded, well-balanced diet, or it could be consumed as a well-balanced diet throughout the week. Very TLDR, long-winded way of saying, we as consumers, or we as a population, are more and more aware, or I'd like to think significantly more self-aware around the products that we consume, what we're putting in our body, and what we are willing to accept. And if we do consume, there's a lot. I have so many friends, I'm sure you do as well, that consume Coke Zero now, or Diet Coke. There's plenty of people that still consume Coke, or the classic Coke. But the idea is that it's sugar. First, when Coke first came out, I think what we can't forget is that Coke sold itself on being it wasn't a treat. It wasn't calories weren't a thing. It was about the taste and the purest sugar, and it being pure and tasty, and almost as if it was a health product. And as we've now become more aware around the effects of sugar on our body, we're now seeing more and more products, soda products specifically, or libation products, eliminate sugar. And replacing it with, what's the monk fruit sweeteners?
Stevia. No, I 100% agree. I think there's another layer here too. Besides health, there is the TikTokification of our food, right? I think if McDonald's plays this right, they take a page out of Erwan's book, right, with the Hailey Bieber smoothie, right? Like, can you make something pretty that like people want to show on TikTok and try? I think there's an opportunity, here for McDonald's.
Also most likely to own the actual product or the syrups that they come out with. Like, let's not forget the hilariousness of, I'm sure I don't want to say there used to be a phrase they used to say, I think when you would go to the soda machine and you would put multiple different variations of soda and mix them all together. Are you familiar with this? Yes.
Suicide.
Suicides. They used to be they used to be I remember. Weird thing to call that.
I know. But we're also in a more politically correct universe. Anyways, when was the last time you had McDonald's?
Actually, what's funny is I do know. 3 years ago.
Wow.
And prior to that, it had been 10.
Wow.
I know for a fact because I happened to be in the airport. I believe we happened to be in the Paris airport, waiting on our transition from from Nice to Paris, and then Paris to LA. And there was no other food available, or it was maybe the Nice airport. There was no food. There was not a space open early enough in the airport. And so I was like, well, I have to get some level of protein or something in my body. It was around breakfast time. And so I went ahead and just got an Egg McMuffin as a means to, and just
But I almost feel like European McDonald's doesn't count. Like,
yeah, but that's not true.
It's actually,
but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. And so that, unfortunately, I gave in to consuming McDonald's. But generally speaking, I don't.
I feel like as a meme, I will have McDonald's like every other year or once a year, whether it's just for the like McFlurry or just a late night.
They've destroyed those fries. I got to tell you, they used to have the best fries.
Agreed.
In all of fast food.
Yeah.
And
downhill.
Society got in the way and said we can't use that fat that you would deep fry those things in, and so now they just taste like cardboard.
Yeah. So trying something a little different today. We've been playing around with voice notes at the end of the pod, and wanted to share a voice note we got specifically about this conversation topic today, right now. This comes from Emma Merber. She works at TBWA Chiat Day in marketing, and let's see what she has to say about the whole thing with McDonald's and Coke.
Hey Boye, hey Chris, it's Emma Merber from the Connections team at Chiat. I'm curious if the real problem is drink innovation or if it's actually cultural amplification. What makes so many of the popular QSR drinks or even competitor CPG drinks like Poppy trend is the cultural ecosystem that's being built around the new launch. There's celeb collabs, robust influencer programs, merch, and the sense of the drink only being available for a limited time. Even if that's not actually true, they might be adding it to their menu or their lineup, but they make it feel urgent. And it creates clout. It builds immediate demand. McDonald's and its Coke products are more of a comfort craving, not really a cultural phenomenon. So it'll be interesting to see how both brands continue to look at their competition and evolve from a comfort to something consumers need right now that everyone is always talking about.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what we're talking about to a degree. If I can further piggyback on what she's saying, especially when you're talking about creator or celebrity, a celebrity or creator component, if you're talking about Poppy, celebrities and creators, the call to action is a healthy or a probiotic. The whole sales pitch was probiotic soda. It's great for your gut. That's what they hinge themselves on. So your immediate call to action is, hey, don't drink the sodas that you typically drink. This is the healthier soda and tastier. I think McDonald's back in the day it founded on the root of where family comes together to eat, right? And so the call to action was the dad's always on the go, the mom's staying at home, all come together to finally meet up and hang out. We'll get you food fast, but where you can come together and congregate. Where culture, that's your call to action, the new fix. And it's very hard to stay relevant if you don't know how to. It's not always easy to predict what the next trend is.
I think it's a lot of reasons, but I lean into what she was saying about cultural amplification. And I think if McDonald's plays this right, in a way they can become Coke. You know what I mean? Like you could launch whole new beverages, right? And you can use it as another means of kind of what I was saying about Hailey Bieber and Erewhon, right? There was a moment where McDonald's was doing like brand deals with like Travis Scott and J Balvin, right? I think it was Travis. I know for sure J Balvin. And, imagine giving one of them a drink. You know what I mean? Like it just becomes another marketing touch point. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. Thank you, Emma, for that question. And, maybe sometime in the next decade, Chris and I will go to McDonald's and we'll try these drinks. But in the other side of the universe, Fox is buying Roku for $22 billion. Fox already owns Tubi, which has over 100 million monthly users. Roku has over 100 million global streaming households combined. Fox would become the third largest player in the U.S. by share of viewing. This is Fox, right? A company built on live news and sports, buying its way into the streaming infrastructure layer And what's interesting is several years ago, Rupert Murdoch sold his studio business for billions and billions of dollars to Disney. And I have to say, I think this is just like a savage move, in my opinion. It's like, we gave you the studio business that's doing so, and we're still going to be a big player in the room. And I think it's a brilliant move personally, but I'd be curious your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. Also given the fact that so much of, at least I think it's a brilliant move, particularly because the amount that I've seen, or the amount of deal making that I've seen happen specifically with Roku and Tubi via the creator economy, or via targeting specifically the support and the inclusion of social media endemic talent.
Yeah, Fox is winning.
That's a very enticing proposition. You know? Especially when you can parlay talent that can still participate on social media, but then also include their catalog on a Tubi or Roku. I'll be curious to see if those brands ever merge, if they keep them separate. How do they balance that, owning both sides of the...
I heard the intention was to keep them separate.
That's cool.
Yeah, which is smart, but who knows? Eventually they could merge, you know.
Because if I'm also not mistaken, what's also incredibly fascinating about that deal is that Roku and Tubi, particularly when you buy a television set, when you buy, if I'm not mistaken, when you buy a Samsung TV, you already have Roku, or you can buy a Roku TV, a TV that specifically has Roku on it.
Yep.
But Tubi, I believe, also comes on Samsung.
Well, if I'm not Roku is on a lot of TVs built in.
Right.
I believe
on the smart TVs, it is the button. Right?
Like TCL is a big one, where Roku is like completely integrated. Roku is like I call it a sleeper hit. I think it had flown under the radar for so long. But guys, this is a $20 billion company.
Hot take. Maybe this is not so hot. I deeply believe that everyone's established that we're in an attention economy now, right? Or many agree that there's only so many hours I think we can all agree that there are only so many hours in the day.
Yep.
We're in an attention economy. So ultimately, you're fighting, no matter what, anything that takes your attention away to anything, you're losing out market share. So I strongly believe, particularly as it comes to media, traditional or social, what we are going to witness, particularly as content creators or any type of talent creator that has its own distribution via social or whatever they've built out, we are going to more and more witness studios and or networks, Netflix, YouTube, Roku, Tubi, etc., Amazon. We will witness those businesses leverage their sales units or their sales force for brands as the next window or the next means to garner market share with brand views. What I mean by that, to be as clear as I can, brands want eyes and want to be associated particularly with shows or content that helps push their brand sales, onboarding, awareness consistently. And so if you can go directly to a talent at a cheaper rate, you might go directly to said talent to have them become an ambassador. Brands, or studios, knowing that they no longer have those talent in deals, need to go out to market and say, hey, talent, I want to bring you into my network, kind of like an MCM, a multi-channel network, as a reminder of the
Makers and full screen. Yep.
Yes. and say, hey, come into my network. I will put you into my CMS. I will go out to brands and I will sell your media, and I want a rev share amongst those sales. And I think that as a means to combat, losing out to YouTube, because YouTube is literally doing this. That's what we're going to see more and more happen.
Yeah, and this might actually maybe happening in a smaller way at Roku. But
I'm assuming that's what Netflix is literally doing already with their podcast deals that they've been doing.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
These things are happening at present.
Yeah,
but we might very well see it in mass.
Yeah,
much faster.
Well, I feel like what I like about this take is what is clear is advertising on streaming services. That is big. It's here, right? You've got Pluto TV, Roku, Tubi, Netflix, Amazon, right? There's ad supported content right now. But this is interesting. It's like a one level deeper, which is these same streamers helping with the brand integration. Because right now a producer could go out and do it on their own, right? And integrate a brand and say, hey, we've got, Nike. We were talking about Nike earlier, paid us for the production, and the characters are wearing Nike shoes, right? Or maybe it was produced by Nike or something like that. And so you're saying Netflix and Roku, et cetera, will help broker those deals, not just allow it to live on their platform.
Well, they're already having top of funnel conversations for their brands, their channels, et cetera.
Anyways,
or like their endemic shows. So at that point, it's just a means to sell more media in, or, add to the bottom line by way of saying, hey, here's one product, here's our additional product.
Yeah, that'd be smart if they were listening to this show, right? It would be like, I imagine it, right? Like, imagine Dan Lynn's team, right, at Netflix, and they're like, we have this slate of shows. We already know Omnicom is buying all these spots, right, as ads in between. Why not have a conversation with Omnicom and see which brands want to be integrated into these shows? We'll give the bulk of that maybe to the productions, right, and the talent, and then we'll take 10, 20, 30%,
Well, this is literally what Vice, BuzzFeed, Barstool 29, all of the publishers that we're familiar with literally have and do this.
Yeah.
It's now, but typically what they've done previously was that those deals would be brokered where the talent would receive a salary or a fixed fee and be guaranteed a home to be made within the ecosystem of the brand. And the brand would help lift them up and help them build their brand. And Barstool, all those publishers would take the majority of the pie, given the fact that they've built the ecosystem, they've built the system.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll see more of that, but it's the traditionalists will safeguard their relationships.
Yeah.
The top funnel relationships, and that's their attempt at staying the gatekeepers.
Okay. Hot take. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, we should talk about our next topic. And you were talking about creators earlier. We've been talking about creators for a long time. You work in the industry. I dabble. And, we are in a place where we're understanding that the creator / influencer is here to stay. They are bona fide talent. They should be mentioned in the same breath as George Clooney or Timothy Chalamet. They just do different things. And one thing, we just got a big signal over the last week, is CAA is partnering with TPG to form a $250 million company to buy creator businesses.
Aye. Shout out Tucker Brown.
Shout out
Tucker Brown.
Shout out.
Did you see the photo they gave him?
I did.
He is front and center, just as
it's everywhere.
He's just Yes. Come to me. We make a deal. Shout out Tucker. He's been working. He's been working so hard. And I think that's someone that deserves their flowers. It's very cool to see working from behind the scenes to
totally
be anointed and have that.
And honestly, there's a lot of other people who worked on this, behind the scenes. Andrew Graham.
No. This was only Tucker. He's I'm kidding.
Andrew Graham, who's great, and I know he's passionate about this and excited for it, and it's smart. Now, here's the nuance, because I think everyone salivates at that, price, but this is really mainly for bona fide creators. They want to replicate what they did with Dude Perfect, right?
Yeah.
And they want to buy big creator ecosystems. Can they find...
For those not familiar, CAA represented Dude Perfect in a sale, and in a sale to private equity for a significant amount of money.
Yeah.
I would say, if I'm not mistaken, 11 figures?
9 figure, valued between, it was valued between 100 and 300 million. So that was the valuation after everything.
A 10-figure deal, essentially.
Yeah. And if I understand that correctly, that deal, like, I see what CAA is doing is wanting better economics in the future on a deal like that, right? We don't just want to be the brokers, we want to be the stakeholders and participate in that upside, right? So the vision is, can we find more Dude Perfects and replicate that success? And I think it's smart. I think, though, the nuance is, how do you get away from the key man issue that a lot of creators have, right? Which is, if they stop creating content, if they get off the hamster wheel, they lose value. And so I think it's there's only a handful of creators that this can actually really work for, in my opinion.
Currently, I agree with that as it currently stands. Though there's an argument to be made that, though people start, I would say that that YouTube channels or social channels that we currently follow, over time, the prediction is, with the right talent or with the right purchases made, we as individuals will slowly see a passing of the baton on many of these channels, where it feels like a natural progression similar to that of The Tonight Show, or a similar passing of the baton for the Late Show. It is still very talent dependent, right? James Corden took over for Craig Ferguson. But we're going to see the passing of the baton for all of these channels, right? Where, if done right, it will feel so much more like a television pass-off. And the key individuals that own or have the upside of these channels, no different than when you sell your company. Selling your channel, you just happen to be forward facing for it. So your job is to help build the universe, include the next guest, or include the next person that's coming in to participate, will have success. Right? So it's really a way for CAA to have ownership over the next generation of networks. If YouTube literally is broadcast television, then we, the people, just show up, bankroll our own little mini networks. And this is CAA's way of having both ownership and sales rights to said networks. And success.
I've probably talked to 4 people in the last 90 days that are working on companies focused on consolidating channels and networks, or building them.
A lot of M&A. Lot of M&A.
Yeah, or building them. And it is fascinating when you put that into what you're saying. I just had like a light bulb, right, sort of ring. And again, I think, yes, it is, let's find the next Dude Perfect, but the key is, the creator is so big that they're building brands. They're building those other channels that can live without them. Because Dude Perfect has done that, right? They have built a brand. They have different verticals, and part of that was from the investment as well. But I think it only works with a creator who can do that, right? Like, could Jesser
look at Mythical? Look at Mythical.
Yep.
Look at Smosh.
Yep.
Now again, these are millennial brands that we're talking about, but these are companies or YouTube endemic businesses that smartly created more of a cast.
Yep.
Like, whose line is it anyway?
Yep. Totally. And interesting enough, I feel like, I mean, you might know more than me, I feel like Mr. Beast, who's the poster child of probably the epitome of a creator business, he focused more on sort of the CPG of it all, the TV show. I don't think he created more like channels, right?
I'd have to fact check that.
Yeah.
He might. I wouldn't be surprised if he has like a dummy account, or I think perhaps a Spanish account or other language. I do believe he built a Spanish speaking account.
Sorry, no, he does have other channels. He does have other channels. Beast Reacts, Mr. Beast Gaming, et cetera, et cetera. So that is interesting. But the thing is, you can't get like a new Mr. Beast in his case.
Also, Mr. Beast, first person to hit 500 million
subscribers.
followers.
Yeah. 500 million subscribers on YouTube, which is bonkers. Anyways, I think we're aligned. This is a big deal. I think I'm more so. It doesn't mean everyone's going to get access.
No, for sure not. This is not like a one size fits all. Not all will succeed.
Who do you think could be candidates for something like this?
I think who will be candidates for this?
Could be. I'll name one while you think. I think Jesser.
Okay. Yeah. I think Kareem is primed for it. I wouldn't be surprised if it'd be like, I can't believe you're speaking on our business. I wouldn't be surprised if Adam Faze and Kareem came together. Shout out Adam. Came together to participate in something like this. More so, not that they have the means to. Not. This is going to sound like a. I don't mean this as a neg at Kareem or Keep the Meter Running or any of those shows.
Yeah.
They're obviously fantastic format shows. They're having a huge moment.
Yeah.
You're buying more into Cachet or Cool Kids Club.
Yeah.
And I think that's more of like, I wouldn't be surprised if they would be primed to, that's more of an example of building in public, or buying in to build something.
Yeah, but it's all about vision, right? Like, I could see Kareem becoming like an Oprah of the Gen Z type generation, right?
That's a great segue to CEO, A Diary of a CEO.
Yes,
Steve. Stephen Bartlett. That'd be a perfect example of someone else who also has already taken on money.
Yep.
So it doesn't really need it. Mm-hmm. Slow Ventures, I believe, led that race.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And huge valuation, though, by the way. But that, needless to say, that's another example of a type of person that would receive a deal like that. Also, if he were to talk about other names, I don't think that they would do this, but if they were to start burning out or wanting to be propositioned to continue on, look at iShowSpeed.
Oh, yeah.
Example of someone who's like, yo, I want to go build my own thing. Kai Cenat, he's not a YouTuber, but he's someone who I could see wanting to jump in and taking his hand and.
This one's from left field. Drewski, like, he's smaller than them, but he seems to be the one who's like very entrepreneurial. Like, he's got a lot of ideas in him.
I think I think Drewski definitely is a great idea, or is a great mention. Though I would say that they just announced he's starring opposite Emma Stone and Chris Pine in a rom-com. Literally, if you saw the announcement that came out, literally his face, Emma's face smack dab in the center, and Chris Pine.
Wow.
Literally, I was texting Doug Waldman like, oh my God, did you package this movie? Jesus. But yeah, I mentioned that solely on the basis of he might be someone that goes more Cool Kids Club, traditional fanfare, where it's like, I'm not going to go build a social endemic platform.
Go more traditional.
Because he might get some guidance from Kevin Hart, who's like, yo, I went and did that. I built not Haha Productions. What's
Heartbeat.
Heartbeat. I built Heartbeat. I started it. I did the whole thing. I did that game. Maybe you're already doing your own thing. You don't need to go take on more capital. Keep doing it.
Yeah, just be talent.
Again, I wouldn't be surprised if he took that route. Because it seems to be that he is. He seems much more keeping himself.
Yeah. He's focused on content.
Yeah, and not being like I'm the CEO.
Yeah.
He's not. It's more. Let me be talent.
Yeah. All interesting stuff. Oh, I'm excited. Congrats to all the CAA folks and Tucker and TPG, and it'll be interesting to see who else tries to do this. But
don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, guys.
Yeah, stay strong.
Yeah.
Well, that's all we got for today. I thought it was a great episode. Thanks for tuning in, everyone who tuned in. Definitely subscribe, give us a like, and find us on various platforms, whether you listen to Spotify.
Where can you tune in?
We got Spotify, we got Apple, we got YouTube, we got TikTok. We got it all, man. So
also shout out Paul Urich. I believe we're on Spotify video now.
I think so. Shout out Paul Urich. So thanks for all the fan love, and we'll jam soon. Over and out. Peace.